Say I have a bottle and an egg, and I want to get the egg into the bottle. Well, clearly, the mouth of the bottle isn't wide enough for it to go in. So how can I do that? Well, I could try brute force. Well, I could maybe try to lubricate the egg a little bit so it'll slide in easily. That's not going to work. Or I could use science. So check this out. Pretty cool, huh? Hi, I'm Mr. D, and welcome to Science That Doesn't Suck, the place to go for teachers who want to add a little spice to their classroom, homeschooling parents who are looking for activities to do with their kids, or anybody who's just curious about cool science. Now, I'm a retired science teacher, and over the years, I borrowed and created a ton of hands-on activities and demos, and now that I have more time on my hands, I'd like to share them with you. In each one of these videos, I'll do a demo pretty much the same way as I did in my own classroom. The first time with very little commentary, and then a second time where I'll take you through it step by step, kind of like a cooking show, so you can do it right without making the mistakes that I've made. And then at the end, I'll go over the science behind it. Now, every one of these things I'm going to show you is perfectly safe as long as you do it the right way and take some common sense safety precautions. And I'll point those out to you at the start of each video. And if there are any kids out there, you guys want to do these at home, make sure you do it with parental supervision. So, this is called the egg in the bottle, and it involves fire, so you're going to need safety glasses or goggles. Then you're going to need a glass jar, not plastic, and it needs to be a decent volume. This is a 1 liter jar, like you'd buy fruit juice in at the grocery store. Anything smaller doesn't work as well. And it needs to have a mouth that's slightly smaller than the diameter of a large egg. Then you'll need a hard-boiled egg, peeled nicely so there are no cuts and chunks in it. A piece of paper, about 4 inches square. I like to use newspaper because it burns really well. And you're going to want to roll this up, crunch it up, kind of like a little cigar. Not too tightly, because you want it to burn well, but small enough so that it fits quickly and easily into the mouth of the jar. And then you're going to need something to light the paper with, so matches or a lighter. So here we go. Let's light this paper. Let it get good and flamey before you put it in the jar, and then put the egg pointy side down on the jar, and voila. Pretty cool, huh? All right, now, what makes it do that? Well, I used to do this in a unit on heat and temperature when we were learning about thermal expansion. And so when you pop the burning paper in here, it heats up the air in the jar. And the molecules are moving around really fast, banging into each other, and the air expands. And the only thing it can do when it expands is to rush out of the jar. So that leaves you with a lot less air in the jar than there was before, and there's still a lot of air outside in the room. So we've got more air pressure outside than there is in the jar. So you can think of it two ways. Either you've created a vacuum in the jar that sucks the egg in, or there's more air pressure outside than there is in the jar trying to push it in. And so it forces it in that way. All right, now we've got the egg in the bottle. How do we get it out? Well, I guess I could take a stick and poke it in there and chop up the egg and shake it out. And that's kind of messy, and there's no science in that. So instead, let's try this. So first, you want to get the paper out of the jar. So shake it around, move it around so you can get to that paper. And whoops, here we go. Pull it out. And then you want to poke the egg around so that it's pointy side down in the mouth of the jar. And then you make a nice tight seal with your lips on the jar. Tilt the jar up as close to vertical as you can get it, so gravity's going to help you. And then blow as hard as you can. Because then you're going to force air around the egg into the jar, creating a lot of pressure in the jar, more in the jar than there is outside. And if you do it right, the egg should come out. Let's see. Oof. That's the part I don't like. Yeah, make sure you move the jar away from your mouth very quickly, or you're gonna get it in your mouth, kind of like I did. So there you have it. That's the egg in the bottle. If you'd like this, let me know, and if you can think of ways I can improve this, let me know that too. So till next time, science rules.